cathédrale que nous sommes en train de finaliser, pour laquelle il reste encore 35 millions, dont 20 ont été décaissés avant-hier, est au niveau de Benjerville, juste derrière l'EMPT.
Le miracle, c'est une combinaison de deux entités. Un, Dieu, deux, l'homme. Dieu fait sa part, l'homme fait sa part. Le croisement des deux provoque ce qu'on appelle le miracle. Ce soir, un miracle va se produire dans votre vie. Personne ne peut réussir si cette personne ne provoque pas une réaction spirituelle ou divine.
Peut-on divorcer pour violence physique, coup répété? Et j'aimerais le dire devant des Africains. Oui, une femme peut te quitter parce que tu la tapes trop. Elle a le droit de te quitter. Elle n'a pas péché. Pourquoi? Parce que si elle reste là, elle va mourir.
Hello, fellow Afropreneurs. Today, I'm going to talk about a subject that is causing chaos in our society. I'm going to talk about this subject 100% objectively. I'm also qualified to speak on this subject as well because number one, it impacts my own personal community. And two, this subject is related to entrepreneurship, whether we like it or not. Relates to business. As you know, this is a very delicate and a very sensitive topic. But we have to talk about it. This is a serious problem. That's why I have to send my spies over to uncover key pieces of information in every ministry, the name for churches in Africa. My spies uncovered priceless details concerning this business. And I received the report just this morning. It's on this tablet. It's my first time seeing it just like you. Let's analyze this together. By the end of the video, you'll know how to make your own church and earn lots of money. You'll also be able to tell the difference between an authentic or a fake pastor, or between an authentic or fake church. It'll be up to you. For those who don't know me yet, I'm Frank T.I., the Afropreneur Detective. On this channel, I share the secrets to success of the best Afropreneurs on the internet. I also offer money tutoring sessions online. And most importantly, I share the best techniques to become a financial minimalist and to save better and invest into Africa. If these subjects sound interesting to you, consider joining us by subscribing and activate the notifications bell to never miss any of my new videos. Now, get really comfy, grab some popcorn, and grab a bubbly drink or some tea or coffee if you want it. Just make sure to pay attention, mostly because my presentation of this info won't be very organized. Firstly, know that there's big money to be made in the church business. In this field, African pastors clash a lot with one another. What's the goal? To get the biggest piece of the pie. They're willing to do anything to get it. So the churches use an unknown marketing tactic in the African community. I'm going to expose this tactic to you all. I just want to preface that I'm talking specifically about false pastors, churches, and false prophets. Don't get it twisted. This marketing strategy is based on God's word, on the prosperity gospel. Church leaders will recite quotes like, may God reward you according to what you gave, or even the rich don't make it to heaven. If you've ever heard this type of sweet talk before, write it in the comments so we can all laugh together. These pastors prepare a strategy just like any other for-profit organization. We have to know if a church works similar to a company or not. More specifically, we need to know what bank loans they receive to finance their large projects, like a local church building, for example, and the huge debts that they owe to these banks. Behind the scenes, they're being pressured into paying their loans back. So because of this, these pastors need someone to pray with them so that they can have offerings in order to pay back their debts and to monetize their own treasuries. To fill in these churches, they offer prayer sessions at a price, seminaries for a price, conferences for a price, a whole religion for a price, also concerts for a price. This brings in a lot of money. My spies also notice that they don't just operate on the streets, neighborhoods, or the cities. They are now active on the internet, and they're becoming more and more modern. To beat competition, you have to be more specialized. A lot of pastors these days are becoming specialized. For example, let's take Pastor Marcelo Tunasi, an expert in marriage counseling, love life, and couples as well. Another example could be Pastor Camille Mokoso, an expert in becoming financially successful, getting famous, etc. I'm using these examples to show you where I'm going with this. It's apparent that more and more of these families are ripped apart each day, while the pastors are getting even richer by the day. This is not by accident. Now, this is the time to open your own church. Now, it's also the time to thank me for all this insightful information by subscribing. Feel free to ask me anything in the comments. I'd be glad to respond to you. Our African community is very, very weak, just generally naive. This is heavily caused by poverty. Coupled with a lack of education, it made Africans an easy target. Even though they're impoverished, they are still ready to give up everything they have to the church. And they incur debt sometimes as well, hoping for a better life. A hope that is set up deliberately by the church. Friends, realize that these pastors are aware of this. They use a strategy that is directly aimed at the poor population. They do this with super aggressive marketing tactics. The church would deliberately talk about everyday, common subjects in order to attract more members. As I said before, they talk about themes like deliverance sessions, which are, for the most part, actually orchestrated and faked. But the public loves it. Going to a deliverance session in Africa is like going to a John Holiday concert for Africans. It's very exciting. So the church looks at their members and next they ask themselves, what are the biggest problems for these people? What is being asked for in general? Once they have their answer, they know that they have to supply it. And this is exactly how it works. For the most part, most of our community is actually in poverty. From witch magic, infidelity, and misbehaved children, kind of like how I was myself. To solve all of these issues, the church offers deliverance sessions, conferences, concerts, in order to attract more loyal members. We all know pastors who can sing very well. Pastors like Pastor Moses Mbiye. Many Africans in this community are waiting for the government to organize this mess. They unfortunately do not understand that these new churches are more beneficial for the government. Now sometimes, and I only mean sometimes, the government uses these churches as a strategy to distract the general public. The government prefers to allow its citizens to be consumed by the church than allowing their own people to get involved with political issues. Makes sense, right? There's a saying that goes, if you control the church, you control the people.